What's going on, everybody? It's Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and you're tuned into a very special edition of the HFWB podcast series, where information is the new money. And my entrepreneurs and business owners can relate to this, those profit and loss statements. We got to keep track of the income that's being generated and the revenue that's coming in and the expenses that are going out on a regular basis to keep your business operating and your entrepreneurship journey afloat. Which is why we got to show love to those accountants, y'all, because they help keep all those things in order. Which is why yours truly, Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, currently recommends Strong Elm Business Solutions. I'm telling you, are you ready to elevate your business? Check out Strong Elm Business Solutions, your partner in growth and success. They specialize in tailored strategies that drive results, y'all, whether it's enhancing your chart of accounts, optimizing workflows, or providing top-notch business advice. Man, that came in handy for me getting my overall finances in order, because Strong Elm Business Solutions are dedicated to empowering small and medium-sized enterprises with the tools they need to thrive in today's competitive market. From startup budgets to payroll and bookkeeping, Strong Elm Business Solutions are here to help. I'm telling you. Visit Strong Elm Business Solutions at strongelm.com and discover why they can help you achieve your business goals. Strong Elm Business Solutions are empowering strong clients for a stronger future. Yours truly, Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, will definitely attest to that, which is why you need to visit strongelm.com and give Strong Elm Business Solutions a call at 361-944-0122. That's 361-944-0122. You won't be disappointed on that. My name is Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and I approve this message. Y'all stay healthy, wealthy, and blessed. And until next time, peace, love, and positive vibrations. Boom, boom. Man, I am super excited for this one. What is going on, everybody? If you don't know, now you do know. You're officially tuned in to a very special edition of the HFWB podcast series. This is your host, Clifton Pope, and I tell people this all the time who listen to the HFWB podcast series. It pays who you know and who you're connected to, and how certain paths can collide and certain worlds can collide, and we can build a whole new path and a whole new world together. This particular episode is no different, because let's just say we're going to take you on a journey of a one-stop destination for unforgettable, larger-than-life experiences that blend the world of sports, entertainment, and pop culture, power of storytelling, electrifying energy, and it's generated when different fandoms collide, as I just alluded to. It's basically a unique fusion of brawn, wit, charisma, making fans' dreams come true. And let me give you a little background before I bring on the exact guest who I'm talking about. At first, it was just Celebrity Boxing Comic Con, which is just inspiring within itself, and CelebrityBoxingTV.com. Then there came Celebrity Sports Inc., 8 sports, one company. You got Celebrity Dodgeball, Flag Football, Paintball, Volleyball, Basketball, Warriors, and Triathlon. The person who is behind this, who's just the dynamic visionary himself, I would like to welcome the entrepreneur himself, the Mr. Tommy Parker, to the HFWB podcast series. Tommy, what is going on, friend?
Hey, everything's good, man. Everything's good. We're working hard over here and trying to make a lot of things happen for a lot of people. Yeah.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day, Tommy. Just one day at a time, one day at a time. You're literally the definition of kind of like my first book that I wrote and self-published that's available on Amazon.com called What's Wealth Without Work. You're literally putting in the work and creating your own wealth behind what you're doing behind the work, which is just empowering within itself. And again, you're influencing so many different people's lives for the greater good, to where you could basically combine different bubbles and different worlds into one. For the people who are listening to this particular episode of the HFWB podcast series and wants to know, who is Tommy Parker the man, your background story, and how you came across the journey that you're really currently on?
Well, I tell a lot of people this story personally. I don't really say it publicly, but I left home at 15 years old, and I set off, and I was doing, to be my own man. But I was doing sales since I was 10, so I kind of knew doing sales at 10 years old, and then doing it through school and all this. And my family had a rent-to-own company, a private rent-to-own company. I sat back and my whole life just watched people move and how they did it. And then doing sales, I learned how to talk to people and how to read people and understand things. And so I'm like, I think I got figured out. I told my parents I want to move out, and at 15, and they're like, Tommy, once you move out from the house, that's it. You're now considered a man, and you can't move back home. I'm like, all right, I got it. And by 16 years old, I had my own home, working for a roofing company, and thriving in that area. As a kid, making $15 an hour in the 90s was like good money, back then. And then from there, I just kept working and thriving and owning small companies. I'd build up a small company, sell a small company, teach people how to build their own companies. Then I decided I wanted to write a movie script, just because I wanted a different challenge in my life. I had no business in Hollywood, didn't know anything about it except what I saw on TV. And so I wrote this movie script, Memoirs of a Medicated Child, and it was going to feature Britney Spears and a bunch of other people, and it made worldwide press. And so then I moved to Hollywood, and then I started just meeting people and making connections, and great friends throughout the industry, and who taught me a lot, who I learned a lot of everything from throughout the time. I had a bunch of mentors, and through all that, I decided to finally come home, almost 20 years later, decided to move back home officially to Oklahoma, and bring everything I knew. Oh, I moved to New York for a little bit. I'd say I became a New York fast food photographer just because. I'm like, why not? And I like challenging myself. I've never done it, but let's see what I can do. I started shooting some politicians, and next thing you know, I started shooting for fashion designers and fashion shows and cookbooks. And, I just put myself in the right place at the right time. But I did it honestly. And I try to tell everybody this, man. All you have to do is just try. And if you try and you work really hard, I had no business in Hollywood. I had no business in New York in the fashion world. I'm in Oklahoma. I had a carpet cleaning business. I tell everybody I went from cleaning carpets to walking red carpets, but I put myself in every situation because I tried. I wasn't scared to step out and do something different. And of course, I didn't have a lot of support, throughout that process. People said, Tommy, coming from Oklahoma, you need a 9-to-5. You need something secure. You need, retirement. And that's all I was ever pushed, is be an employee, even though all I ever wanted to do was own a small company. So that's what I did. And even people didn't like that I had small companies. They wanted me to have a 9-to-5. So, but I pushed and carved my own path in this world. And it worked out. And now I'm back home, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to bring everything that I've learned through the past 15, 20 years, bring it back home, and started creating celebrity boxing, and went to let me tell you, Celebrity Boxing TV Comic-Con, and my friend owns the official Celebrity Boxing, so I want to make sure that that's clear. He started the organization. I was inspired by him, Damon Feldman, and so I was watching him move, and I'm like, okay, I think I could do something like this. I'm kind of in the world a little bit. I know a lot of people that might support me and jump on this thing. And so I did my first celebrity boxing event, and on Memorial Day weekend, this last one, had a bunch of cool people. And then from there, like you said, we went in and we created 8 more sports, and we're pushing and grinding on that. The first one was tough enough. I didn't think I was going to make it through. I had a heart attack in January. True story. Oh, okay. And then now I turned around and put more on my plate. I said, let's do 8 events instead of 1. So, and that's kind of where we're at. And so we're grinding and working hard. And I got a great team of people. My vice president is Hassan Rashid. Dr. Hassan Rashid. He's, plays for the NBA for the Memphis Grizzlies, the Kings of the Court.
Okay.
He's also a Marvel's Black Panther. Brought him on board with the celebrity boxing. He came through, and so we pushed and finished out that project. And now we're like, let's grow more. And now we're pushing a whole bunch of other stuff. Now we're at the point where we're giving away a tiny home. Like,
yeah, I was about to get into that too. It's like,
yeah, like it's pretty dope that we're able to do that. And we're working with Barn Brothers out of Oklahoma City, and then we're working with Rooster Vance out of Austin. Rooster Vance is giving us we're doing a giveaway with him on it to put that tiny house on 2 to 5 acres of land in Texas. So now we're giving away a home and some land, so people can have their own place on this earth and live their dreams.
That's incredible, Tommy. I have to ask you this because your drive to want to just like challenge yourself and just get things done that people wouldn't have thought would be possible and turning impossible to possible, because if we all heard this before, the word impossible spells out impossible. Where does that drive and that spark come from? Does it come from like your background in sales and just being able to take what you learned from that and basically emulate that within your overall journey? And do you feel like that's kind of like what eventually drew you towards Celebrity Sports Inc. and of course meeting all the mentors and the people that you met as far as just putting together a potential powerhouse in the making?
Now, honestly, it comes from not wanting to fail and just having that drive of saying, I've had a lot of influences throughout my life, and if people sit back and when somebody actually talks to them, say, hey, this is the way you should do things, or you just watch people. You don't have to even have the mentor. You can have them mentor you without them even knowing, just by watching how they move. If you like somebody and you got a friend that's, okay, I own a lawn company. A friend owns a lawn mowing company. Like, okay, he owns his own business. Right. And that's what I did. I would always like, how do these people make their money? And I'm like, I'm always like calculating. I'm like, this yard must cost this much to do. For him to afford to do this, he's got to be charging this much. And, and I just watch how people move, and people don't know that they're inspiring me. And I get inspired by people every single day of my life. Yeah. And then I just watch and I say, I can do it. And, but also the other thing comes with, the other part that comes, I think, is a lot of people who, like I was saying a minute ago, they say, oh, you should have a 9 to 5, and they want you to just conform to what's, I guess, normal. Mm-hmm. And that's just not in my blood. So right. If I say once I announce I'm going to do something and I publicly say things, I'm this type of person. I have to follow through.
Yeah, you got to
and sometimes I don't even like a lot of things in my life. I'm like, okay, I said I'm going to do this. I don't know how to do it. I didn't. And, but I said, but I will learn. And I literally will sit and watch tons of educational videos or this and that to teach me something I don't know. But I say I'm going to do it, and I have to follow through. And I think that's the key to happiness and success is, even if it's tough, like, putting these events together, it's tough and it's heartbreaking and it's hard. And, and sometimes you get support and a lot of times you don't. And most of the time you won't, it's your vision, your dream, and people just like, all right, whatever, and they'll sit back and see if you make it or not, Yeah, but it really all falls on you and you believing in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else, they're not going to believe in you either. So it's like, I have to do it because I'm afraid of failure.
No, I mean, hey, I don't blame you on that, Tommy. I'm the exact same way as far as how you describe it. I'm always watching everybody, what they're doing, to see what I can learn from them, and as far as what to do, what not to do, because that's how you continue to grow. That's how you continue to improve. And that's how you continue to evolve at the end of the day. And it's like, when you take that approach in life, it's like you'd be surprised on the journey that you go on for the greater good, because at the end of the day, the world becomes your library because you're constantly searching for answers and at the same time questions to those answers. That's the beauty of it at the end of the day. And it's like, look what happened with you now, Tommy. Now you're over here creating an empire potentially with all the people that you're working with Celebrity Sports Inc. I want to ask you this, Tommy, for the people who are listening to the HFWB podcast series and want to ask your best brief description of what Celebrity Sports Inc. is and what people can get out of that experience, how would you just best describe it to the people listening?
Well, with Celebrity Sports Inc., I'm trying to create this. What the kind of the business model is we do create a bunch of like cool events and sports that we think people like, and like pickleball is one of them, and that's one of the fastest growing sports. But we create this where at the events we want fans to be able to actually meet these celebrities from these iconic movies or TV shows or
the relationships.
And because a lot of people don't get to meet some of these people. Like my fiance is, a lot of people probably remember the movie Pippi Longstocking from the 80s. And so she was the girl who starred as Pippi Longstocking. Well, she does a lot of meet and greets and events like that. And sometimes when women meet her, just to know that the struggles that they've had in their life and they meet Tammy, they cry. And they're telling their story. I was abused and I went through a hard life. And this is what kept me going. Pippi, kept me strong. And it's like super powerful because everybody in life, even myself, have had a hard journey. Everybody's had different hard journeys. And sometimes there's things in life that inspire you. And when you get to meet that person that may have helped you through that hard times, it's, it can change your life. It can help somebody. Somebody's probably, going through something really bad at that very moment, but they get to meet somebody like Pippi, and it just changed their outlook on certain things in life. And they're like, you know what? I'm remembered. I can be anything I want to be, and I could be great, and I could be strong. I could be powerful by yourself. And sometimes being able to meet that person helps. So we want to let the fans be able to meet the celebrities, get autographs, photo ops. And then on top of that, we're allowing a lot of the fans to play in the sport on the field with the celebrities. So that's, I just announced on the flag football that we're accepting 7 fans that want to come in and join and play flag football on the field, be on pay-per-view, and be a part of that whole situation, and just have fun. But we want to encourage people to get out of the house more, do things and just have fun outside and the sun and the earth, and and take in all that stuff and just watch a really good event on pay-per-view and in person.
I love it. I have to ask you this, Tommy, because I feel like you're definitely well connected to so many people, different people, as far as like bringing so many different bubbles and different worlds together. Well, who would you say from your personal experience and journey is the most interesting celebrity that you've encountered? The best one and the worst one in your eyes?
And that's a tough one. I met a lot of people. For me, it's really tough because I met so many. Oh, I'll tell you, Tiny Lister.
Oh, wow.
Debo. And, he's one of these people that, you think he's scary because you watch, you see him Debo and you're thinking he's big, scary. And he came up with that look and he freaked me out. But then he turned around and took my hand. I went to shake his hand. He took my hand and he, put it to his forehead and he bowed down and he said, Tommy, thank you for this opportunity. This is when I was going to make that one movie back in the day. And, for letting me meet you and be a part of this project. I mean, just how humble he was, just let me know that no matter what you do in life, always stay humble and be grateful for any opportunity. And that was a really good, powerful moment to, me going straight into Hollywood new. And he's one of the first people I met out there. And I was just like, wow, and it just shows me always stay humble.
Rest in peace to Tiny Lister.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, man. I don't think people realize how much of a big heart he had.
He had a massive heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stuck out to me whenever I would watch his interviews and watch him like explain certain things. I'm like, he's actually not that bad of a guy, and he just has a big heart, and he just is all about honor, respect, and all these type of things. And I'm like, I could definitely relate to Tiny Lister as well. And
the fact that he always stayed humble. Like, I mean, to me, he was bigger than life. I mean, that's Debo. The guy is huge. on top of that, he does have that scary look,
Everybody bad boy growing up in a way.
And he doesn't like nightclubs. He said, man, I quit going to nightclubs back in the day, when I left the hood and, Compton and all that stuff. He said, the only reason I came out here was to meet you and to be a part of this project. And, I'm like, that he's putting all that effort into me. To me, I was nobody. I was just a guy from Oklahoma who wrote an awesome movie script, and people loved it so much. And it just, like I said, it just reminds me, no matter what, just stay humble, be cool, be kind, and if you can inspire along the way and teach along the way, do so.
I love it. What would you tell that aspiring person as far as someone who is like, as you alluded to, Tommy, talking about the 9 to 5, I want to get out of that. I want to take that leap of faith into entrepreneurship, betting on myself, being my own boss, because I feel like that's exactly what you did from starting in your journey to Oklahoma, basically going to Hollywood, going through New York, meeting all the people that you met, and basically putting together the things that you're currently working on, and then some. What would be 3 key pieces of advice you would tell that person who's looking to take that leap of faith and basically bet on themselves and basically be their own boss, entrepreneur, and create something?
That's it. You're saying it. I mean, you got to follow through. It's scary, man. I'm telling you, every day it scares me. It scares because being an entrepreneur, you got to be prepared to lose it all. And because you're taking a risk, like you said, you're gambling on yourself. And but if you believe in yourself, then it should be a winning bet. You know what I mean? Right. And because if you know you and you know what you're capable of, then you should win. So gambling on yourself and taking that chance, it's definitely scary. And you're probably going to lose. The truth is you're going to lose a few times before you actually hit it. But each loss, you gain so much knowledge from it. If you actually pay attention to it, you can't just oh, this failed and sucked and then move on. You have to really sit back and analyze, where did I mess up at, and how can I fix it for next time? You can't quit. But when you find something you truly love and you're passionate about, and that's the other thing, you got to find what you love and you're passionate about. Yeah. And you find it, like me, I like entertainment. I don't belong in the entertainment industry, but I like it. And somehow it works for me. I don't belong in this industry at all. But I love it and it worked. And so you got to follow through, and you just can't quit, because if you quit, you'll just never know, how good it could have been, right. If you gave it your all. I mean, you'll give your all for a boss, you know what I mean? You got to be there at 8:00 or whatever. You got to put those 8 to 12 hours in every day, and you're tired, and you got to make the phone calls, look at the numbers, accounting, or whatever job you have in the world. You're giving your all to somebody else. Put that same energy in you. And if you put that same energy in you that you're putting to somebody else, you're going to, there's a really high likely chance you're going to win. But
I love that. And for everybody who's listening to the HFWB podcast series, this particular episode, for those who want to take the leap of faith and just betting on yourself and creating something out of what you love and what you're passionate about, rewind the exact part that Tommy just said, because that is just golden advice to its finest. Someone who's seen the entertainment industry, but at the same time comes back home, never forgetting where he comes from and taking what he learned from that and building something special from the ground up. And there's still more room for growth, improvement, and evolution. That is what it's all about when it comes to not only health, fitness, wealth, business, but the HFWB podcast series. But with that being said, Tommy, we're going to make a little bit of a transition. I'm going to ask you basically a list of questions that I ask everybody who comes on to the podcast so they can know you a little bit better. First thing you do the first question is this: what is the first thing that you do or think of every single morning that you wake up every single day?
Man, the first thing I do is I check my social media. I don't know if I got messages. I check my email. I check everything. And, and then sometimes, I'll lay in bed for a few minutes, and I like inspirational things. And so I'll find inspirational videos, say, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone telling you to go out and fight, and be strong, or something very motivational and powerful. And, and that's kind of a good start for your day. You just wake up and think that. And so that's kind of the first thing I do is wake up, check all my emails, and watch a few videos, whether it be on TikTok or YouTube, and inspire myself for the day, and clear my mind for whatever today's going to bring, because I don't know who I'm going to be talking to next. I might be on the phone for 6-7 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I might be on the email and on my computer for 6-7 hours a day. It could go back and forth, or a little bit of both. So I prepare myself mentally every morning, and then of course I have a good woman that makes sure that I always have a great breakfast every morning. So that's always good, and so that helps out. The breakfast, man, it's important.
Yes, I mean, hey, you got to take time to, have those moments to yourself, definitely to course start your day on the right track. The importance of a self-care routine, taking care of yourself and making sure you're good from within. That way you could conquer everything externally as far as the world that we deal with on a regular basis, day by day, step by step. My next question, Tommy, I always say within my brand and company, Health, Fitness, Wealth Business, that health is wealth. You can't have one without the other. They're basically two sides of the coin. In your personal definition, in your own eyes, Tommy, what does health and wealth mean for you?
Well, I would say health and wealth. Wealth is, not money. Wealth is spiritual, and it's about wealth is just like, well, it could be knowledge.
Yeah.
Wealth is things like that for me. I love learning, and so and I educate myself on any topic I don't know, and I try to learn everything. Health, I got to work on my health. I got health is well, mentally. I'd say mentally. Let's go there. Being your own boss and trying to build something like I'm doing that's just super crazy and scary and super hard, and pioneering a certain industry that really hasn't been tapped into like this. You have to have some mental health days to yourself, and
Yes.
if you don't take that time, or if you take at least an hour, maybe 2 hours out of your day, with all the stress, if you don't find something to distract your mind from that, that's what I do. I have to. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll play a little video game on my phone, like PUBG or something. I have to like take a mental break from that, because it can really
It can catch up to you.
catch up, and it's really hard mentally. You'll get exhausted and beat up, and because things are doing, building companies and trying to follow your dreams is tough, and it's mentally draining and exhausting. That it's hard, and so you need time for yourself. That would be the health.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Tommy. You have to take times to where you got to rest, rejuvenate, and recharge yourself. That way you can continue on with the journey of life that you're going through on a regular basis. And it's like, I always like to say this, Tommy, and I tell people this all the time. We have to train the mind so the body can follow suit through the power of the spirit that's within you at the end of the day. And I love the aspect of you always trying to never stop learning, because the theme of the HFWB podcast series is simple. Information is the new money. The more informed and educated you are, the money and all that stuff, that's going to come in abundance once you have the information and the knowledge on how to generate that down. That's just automatic and guaranteed. One thing that stands out to me the most about you, Tommy, is that your sense of community, the sense of uniting people. When you think of the word community, Tommy, what is the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Just everybody in my life. First and foremost, I would say it'd be my family, and then you would go. So I have that community that I'm working for that, to make sure that they're okay. But community, like everything I do is community based. And so I like helping local businesses. If I can help a local business thrive and support the people that are around me that are going through the same struggles, with small business and entrepreneurship, because, everybody, whether it's a food truck or a vendor at one of my events, they have dreams and visions too, because that's their business. They have these vendor booths, and that's their dream and their vision is selling their products or their toys or 3D print toys or whatever it is. And so I love being able to give opportunity for that. And so community is about, for me, it's the local businesses and the people who work hard around me, and the people who support those people, and just making sure everybody wins.
No, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And it's like I say this all the time. That's what defines unity in the community to the core right then and there. I couldn't agree more, Tommy. I really couldn't. Now we're going to make a little bit of a switch. I'm going to ask you basically either or as far as which option you would choose out of the other. And the first one that I always ask everybody, Tommy, is would you rather choose loyalty or respect?
Honestly, I think I would choose loyalty.
You can't go wrong with that at all. Would you rather live in space or live in the ocean?
Man, sometimes you think this world's crazy. Another planet sounds nice. So, the ocean, man. I like water. I would say the ocean. I'm a water person. I live on a lake. I like being near water. I'm ocean.
No, you can't go wrong with that. There's something about being by the water that gives a sense of peace, calm, cool, and collectiveness within yourself to where you can rejuvenate yourself all the time. Would you rather be famous and poor or anonymous and rich?
Famous or poor, anonymous and rich. I think I have a bigger voice and I could help people if I was famous and poor. I could still, go out and, have my voice be heard to encourage other people to be able to make it. And so, yeah, but money helps pay the bills. So I don't want to be on the streets. So we'll have to figure out a medium to be able to work. I'm a worker, so I can't be poor. All right. I can't be homeless is what I'm going to say, because I work too hard to not, you know what I mean?
No, I hear you on that for sure. Would you rather have unlimited free meals at, say, your favorite restaurant, or unlimited first class tickets to where you can travel more?
Man, I love tacos. Hold on. I would say let's travel. I don't travel enough.
Would you rather sing to every song or dance to every song, Tommy?
I'd rather sing.
Now, I'm going to throw a hypothetical situation at you. Picture yourself on an island. You're stranded on this island. You have nowhere to go, right? But you have the option to listen to 5 of your favorite music artists of all time. It doesn't matter what genre it is. It's their whole catalog of music. Who would those 5 music artists be?
Michael Jackson. Man, I'm really digging Teddy Swims right now. 5 artists.
You have Michael Jackson as one, which is not a bad choice at all.
Yeah, but I like Prince too. Then I don't know. I'm so diverse to music, so it's like hard for me to pick music. I would say, I like Teddy Swims. We'll go Teddy Swims right now. I do like him right now. I can't name. I just couldn't name because I like so much music right now.
Yeah, it's tough when you're very diverse in your music and you have to pick from different genres. I can relate to that for sure. I'm very diverse in my music. More.
Man, I like anything blues. Give me some blues. Give me some Muddy Waters or some Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'm in there on that one.
That's acceptable. That's acceptable for 5 right there. You cannot go wrong with that for sure. What is you kind of alluded to it a second ago, Tommy? But what is your favorite go-to meal?
Tacos. I like street tacos, but I also like breakfast tacos. I like shrimp tacos. I like anything
that you can put in a flour or corn.
Anything I got corn tortilla in, I'm good. Yeah.
I love it. Where's the favorite place that you have traveled to thus far, Tommy? And where's a place you would like to travel to that you've never been before?
Honestly, I need to go overseas more. The favorite place I've traveled, I've been all over the country. Man, I don't know. Favorite place I have traveled. I would like to, I want to go to Japan. I want to go visit Tokyo, Japan, maybe
I'm
Thailand,
with you on that one.
maybe Thailand or something out there like that. That'd be a
Yeah,
place I'd like to go. Coolest place I've been would be, man, I've been to a lot of cool places, but I think a lot of it has to do with nature. What's something cool?
like the one that stands out to you the most, to where it's like this might have been the best trip I've taken to a particular location.
I like road trips. I'll just road trip, and it's like just being on the road sometimes to be able to see just the beauty of America when you're just driving through the country.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite place I've ever been is on the road, just seeing everything.
I love it. I love it. Now, when you're not doing all the things that you're doing on a regular basis, Tommy, because you're definitely productive in everything that you're doing, what are some of your favorite hobbies that you like to do that many people may not know you like to do?
I like, I'm a big advocate for dog rescue, and if I used to, as a photographer, I used to let the Humane Society and other places like that come to my studio, bring a bunch of dogs, and trying to help find dogs homes. I'm a big dog advocate. I have a couple dogs myself and a cat, but I love animals. And so
Yeah, we got to protect the animals at all costs while they're still here, because too many animals, unique animals in their own ways, I feel like are going more and more extinct by the year, and it's
yeah,
scary times that we live in just from that aspect alone. We definitely got to save all the dogs, give them nice homes, and just
hmm
any animal in general, who for sure. My last question for you, Tommy, as we wrap everything up. Picture yourself having the opportunity to go back in time 10 years ago, right? What would you tell yourself in that exact moment? And based on the current journey that you're on right now, where do you see yourself going in the next 10 years with everything you're doing, Celebrity Sports Inc. and all included?
10 years. I was 36. I was in Hollywood at that time. Uh, 10 years ago. At that time, that's when I was kind of doing a lot of stuff. I was between Hollywood and New York.
Mm.
Uh, I'd say, you know, keep, it's, I'm trying to word this, for me, it's about family. Just keep better contact with your family, because there was, I traveled so much. I didn't get to spend a lot of time. So spend time with family as much as possible.
I could respect that. I could respect that. And where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
10 years. I don't know. I keep creating new versions of myself. So who knows? Like,
And you know, so
I'm gonna build this company up, and we're gonna work hard. And I think we're at this company. I think 10 years. I think we hit something. I think we'll be working on this company for 10 years, and hopefully expanding it to be one of the funnest sporting events across the country. If not the world, and just kind of focus on that.
no, you can't go wrong with that. And you're definitely on to bigger and better things day by day, step by step. Well, Tommy, how could people get in touch with you as far as everything that you're doing, as far as social media handles? And can you
Yeah.
kind of give people who are listening to the HFWB podcast series events coming up with Celebrity Sports Inc.?
Yep, you could all find me at Celebrity Sports Inc. So it'll be, I think on Instagram it's official Celebrity Sports Inc. And TikTok, I think it's official Celebrity Sports Inc. at Celebrity Sports Inc. And my Facebook. If you go to celebritysportsinc.com, you can find a lot of my social media there, and just kind of connect through there. Uh, uh, and what was the other question?
No, as far as just what are some upcoming events coming
Oh
up?
yeah, the flag football. So we have flag football coming up. That will be May 31st to June 1st. It's the last day of May, first month of June, first day of June, and we're doing flag football. We have a bunch of great guests coming up. We have we got EJ Snyder coming back in the ring again. Well, he was in our boxing ring, but now he's going to come and do some flag football. He's 6-time legend of Naked and Afraid. We have Lori. She played Ice. She was American Gladiator. And so that's pretty dope that we have her coming in. We have Jeremy Jackson from Baywatch movies and the TV shows. And then we have Blake Foster. He was, one of the most favorited Power Rangers, the Blue Power Ranger. He was played a little kid, Justin, and on that show. So that's pretty dope. We have, of course, Pippi Longstocking. We got Tommy London from Sirius XM, Hair Nation. We have Branscombe Richmond. He's been in tons of movies. He's also starred in the movie with Tammy Aaron and Pippi Longstocking. But most people remember from Renegade, with Lorenzo Lamas. We have Miranda Maverick. I think she's ranked like 15 in the world for women's fighters in the UFC. She's a UFC fighter, super dope. Yeah. And then we have, oh my God, my mind's going blank now. We got Lori, EJ, Hassan. Oh, hold on, someone called me. Hassan Rashidi is my business partner. He's in the movie Black Panther. He's also Memphis Grizzlies for Kings of the Court. He's a professional dunker. He's going to be there and probably playing. But he's also vice president of the company. But man, we got a lot of great stuff. Celebrity flag football. Everybody can go check it out at celebritysportsinc.com. And they keep up. We're giving away a tiny house. I don't know if we mentioned that online. If you go to celebritysportsinc.com, we are giving away a tiny home and 2 to 5 acres of land out of Texas. The tiny home is being built in Oklahoma by Barn Brothers, and it's a 16 by 40 beautiful 1-bedroom tiny home. Hold on, beautiful tiny home, and then 2 to 5 acres of land. You can see everything on my website, Celebrity Sports Inc. And I'm excited. It's $100 gets you 2 tickets, and we're only doing 2,000 entries, so your chances of winning are like huge.
Yeah, I was checking all that out earlier before we started recording the episode, and it's like, I'm telling y'all, for everybody who's listening to this particular episode of the HFWB podcast series, you need to follow Tommy. You need to follow CelebritySportsInc.com because this is the beginning of something special. I could sense it. I'm actually looking at some of the pictures you sent me from that tiny home. I mean, the fact that that's even being given away within the events and within everything that you're doing within itself, it just goes to show you that, sometimes you got to give love more so than you receive love, because that's pretty much the key to making things happen. Because I always like to say, Tommy, God is love, God is spirit, and God is frequency. And you're describing that to a T from what I could tell. Well, overall, Tommy, I just want to thank you really very much just as far as making time out of your productive schedule to simply bless us with an appearance on the HFWB podcast series. And Celebrity Sports Inc. will definitely be on the radar for 2025 and beyond, because you're on to some bigger and better things and some fantastic things, not only yourself, but your whole team behind you, without question.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
No, of course, Tommy. And for everyone who's listening to this particular episode of the HFWB podcast series, this is your host, Clifton Pope, and I encourage everyone to stay healthy, wealthy, and blessed. And until next time, peace, love, and positive vibrations. What's going on, everybody? It's yours truly, Clifton Pope with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and you're tuned into a very special edition of the HFWB podcast series, and it's being brought to you by my new book that just released on Amazon.com, October 30th, 2024, Consistency with a Sense of Urgency. And this is basically the trilogy to my first 2 self-help books, What's Wealth Without Work and A Dollar and a Vision, which are both also on Amazon as we speak. And basically, Consistency with a Sense of Urgency is all about how to overcome the lack of consistency and the truth on what is stopping you from putting in the work to create your own formula to success. We've all been there before, which is why I'm trying to help expose the cracks on where everyone is at when it comes to people who are having hard times staying the course. Consistency with a Sense of Urgency. This book is for those who truly want to stay after it in what they love and what they stand for by cracking the code on how to remain ready by staying steady so you can even out the odds against you, right? This book will break down how to decide what is important and urgent in your own life at this very moment. The sense of urgency is on because time is money, or is it really? Consistency with a sense of urgency will focus on all the information, knowledge, and secrets of yours truly, Clifton Pope, and how you can complete your mission to discover your sense of purpose in the world we live in. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? Which is why I say we are all here for a reason. And consistency with a sense of urgency will help you discover that for anyone who needs a personal guide on how to do so. This is the book for those who are finally ready to quit making excuses and tackle your goals and or to-do list once and for all, so growth, improvement, and evolution can take the course in your world for the greater good. So just like that, y'all need to hop on Amazon.com right here, right now, as we speak. Go order Consistency with a Sense of Urgency, my newest self-help book that I have personally self-published myself. Shout out to Amazon.com for that opportunity. Y'all stop what you're doing. Go buy Consistency with a Sense of Urgency. That way we can continue to remain consistent with a sense of urgency like never before. This is yours truly, Clifton Pope of Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and I approve this message. And go buy Consistency with a Sense of Urgency right here, right now. Let's make it an Amazon bestseller, a New York's bestseller, because this book is just for you. Let's remain consistent with a sense of urgency, y'all. Stay healthy, wealthy, blessed. Peace and love.